Hello, everyone, and welcome to Evolve Yourself TV. You know me by now. I am Agni James, and I stream guided meditations here on Twitch. How is everyone doing out there in the Twitch world tonight? Ignorant, hey man, it's good to see you. It's good to see you around. How's life with you? How's the universe? How's everything? I hope you're doing well tonight. I hope your life is filled with positivity and love and joy. And I hope you're able to feel compassion towards others, even those who've committed wrongs in your life, right? Sure, we all have people like that, right? But yeah, I hope you're doing well. Hey, Ann Fernal, good to see you, friend. Big shout out to Ann Fernal. Ann, how are you doing? You're making pizza tonight. Yum. You know, I'm from Chicago. I'm from Chicago. That's where we're the home of pizza, right? That's what we say. We say we have the best pizza on the planet. But yeah, no, we do. We say we have the best pizza in the planet. Whether or not that's the case is open for debate. But people always talk about Chicago pizza. If you ever come to Chicago, I'll take you to some pizza places. We got some good pizza in Chicago. What kind of pizza are you making, Ann? Ann is a streamer here on Twitch. She does all sorts of stuff, primarily gaming these days. She's also into urban studies, which is really cool. She knows some pretty cool information about all that world, which I know nothing about. So it's always nice to check out her stream. So you should check her out too. Check her out. Drop her a follow. You won't be disappointed. And it's like I always like to go there and just hang out there. You know, we have a good crew of people there. You know, I'll be there. Noger will be there. Aristotle will be there. We all just kick it there. You know, we all just kick it. You know, it's a good place. Let's see. You need to try it. It's all about eating anything delicious. You're all about eating anything delicious. So am I. I like delicious food. Delicious food is good, unless it's not like too decadent, right? You don't want to like here's something I learned. Okay, let me tell you a story, Ann. So I used to work at a Barnes & Noble cafe that served cheesecake from the original Cheesecake Factory. I don't know if you've ever heard of the original Cheesecake Factory. I don't know if they're out of the U.S. or anything, but basically it's a restaurant that serves a lot of really good cheesecake, and we used to serve their cheesecake. So my buddy was the manager. And my friend and I used to just sneak in the back, and we would just take like big pieces of cheesecake and throw it in the blender, and then we would just dump Frappuccino mix into the blender on top of 3 or 4 pieces of cheesecake, and we'd blend it up, and then we'd just be in the back and we would each drink a pitcher of cheesecake. It was intense. I have never felt that unhealthy in my life. It was like the most amazing thing ever. Like, it tasted so good, vanilla bean cheesecake in a blender. But I gained 45 pounds in 2.5 weeks. I was just drinking pitchers of cheesecake. Like, my body, I felt like death. I felt so unhealthy. I was like sluggish. I could barely move. I was just like, yeah. So yeah, that's a lesson. If you want to gain 45 pounds in like 2.5 weeks, just drink a whole pitcher of cheesecake. Yeah, I woke up, I was having like crazy sweats from all the sugar. I mean, think about, so each piece of cheesecake was 200% of your daily allowance of fat, each piece. And we were throwing 3 or 4 pieces in that blender, and then, with the Frappuccino mix and just downing the whole thing. It was so disgusting. It was amazing. It tasted so good. It was like the best tasting thing I've ever had, but like, I felt so unhealthy. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, the weight just piled on me. It was crazy. I was breathing heavily. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. I think if I had continued doing that, I probably would have died. Like, if I had continued doing that for like a year, I probably would have died. It took me a while, but then I ended up quitting that job pretty soon after that. So, such is life, right? Such is life. But you got pizza you're making. That's good. I actually could go for some pizza. I'm going to be eating salmon tonight. I grilled a couple pieces of salmon last night, and I still got a piece of leftover salmon in the fridge I'm going to have tonight with mashed potatoes and some peppers, and I'm going to throw some mushrooms in there as well. So yeah, that's life, right? That's life in the big city. Okay, I think I'm going to start out with a puzzle rush. So, yeah, let me load it up. We can go to Puzzle Rush. Those of you who don't know, I'm a chess instructor IRL. I teach chess for a living, and Puzzle Rush is a game on chess.com where you have to solve as many puzzles as you can in a 3-minute period. And the best I've ever gotten is 29, as you can see right here. The best on stream, I'm usually happy if I can get in the 20s. In the 20s is good for me on stream. So let's see what I can do. Most of these puzzles are win material puzzles or checkmate puzzles or defensive puzzles. Let's see how we do this. Okay, checkmate in 2 right here. There we go. White to move. Oh, push the pawn. I'll take a queen. All right. Checkmate in 1. I think it's, oh, there we go. And then just push the pawn up to victory lane. All right. And what's this one? Oh, checkmate. Pretty sneaky. Black move. Just push the pawn up. He can never chase me or never hunt me down. Mate. There's a mate. There's a mate. All right, so now they're starting to get a little more difficult. What does that do? Anything? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Oh yeah, here it is. The fork. All right, cool. All right, mate. We have this mate. We have this one's a little tricky. I might be getting this wrong. No, I'm not, because of that. All right, they get harder the farther you move on. The farther you advance, the more difficult they get. So, I don't know. All right, and then we have this idea. All right, cool. All right, we got this for mate. We got this and this for mate. We have this for mate. We have not seeing this one. Huh. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I missed that one. Okay, well, I didn't want to waste too much time there. You don't want to waste too much time on these puzzles. All right. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. Okay, so I can only miss one more now, or else I'm lost. I got this. All right. So I believe... Oh, come on. What is this one? Oh, yeah. All right, cool. And then take the bishop and then take there. Cool. All right. That was scary. I didn't think I was going to get that one. All right. This, I think. And then this. And mate. That. 21. Okay, 21's fine. 21 is a decent score. I'll take that. 21 is a legit score. I'm happy if I get in the 20s. So I got 21. I can handle that. But yeah, so that's just that's like what I'm happy about, I guess, with these streams if I'm in the 20s. Hey, Chad guy's here. Good to see you, friend. How you doing? How's life? You say a victory lane. Yeah, you want to push your pawn to victory lane. You push it all the way up and then promote it. Chad guy, I don't know if I've ever asked you. Do you play chess? Do you know the rules of chess, or do you just do you not know it at all? Like, what is your chess world like? You say hi. Let's see. You're doing a lot of the boom commands today. Oh, the cat jam. Yeah. I dig cat jam. Cat jam's good, man. Cat jam is good. And Chad, you're a VIP now. You're a VIP. You're moving up in the world. Yeah, the boom command is good, man. The boom command is definitely a good thing. What about chess, though, dude? Are you a chess guy? Do you ever play? What's your existence like as far as chess goes? I'm very concerned about other people and their chess ability. Anyways, yeah, okay. I guess we got a quiet crowd here today. Oh, you play chess in your Tesla? That's right. You showed me that picture on Discord. All right, cool. Well, that's cool that you're playing. Are you playing while you're driving though? That's the question. Are you driving around town like I doing the autonomous driving and playing chess while you're driving? That would be badass, man. Assuming you didn't get in an accident or something. You said it's a cool feature because you can play with other Tesla. Oh, really? So like yeah, okay, that's pretty interesting though. Dirty doughy paws. LOL. Anne with the dirty doughy paws. You got the dirty doughy paws right now from making the pizza. Chad guy was just making a pizza recently, Anne. I don't know. Maybe you two can share recipes or something. Chad guy was talking about making a good Chicago style pizza. He's out in California though, so like they don't even know what pizza is in California. I'm from Chicago, so we know pizza, right? Chad guy made a pizza recently though, and he was all excited. No, I think you were ordering one, right? I think you were ordering one from somewhere, but yeah, maybe you were making one too. And Anne's got the dirty doughy paws. I like that. I like that you called them paws. That's a good way of doing it. Like more people should call them paws. Chad guy, you say Elon just added another Tesla update. Oh, what does the update do, man? What's new with the update? I'm always interested in tech and what's going on in the world. What's the update do? Does it make your car fly? That's basically, if it doesn't make your car fly, like I'm not going to be super impressed. I'll be like a little impressed, right? If it does something. All right. Well, I think it's time for a game of chess. I'm going to play a game of chess on Lee Chess, which is going to be kind of cool because it is. Let's see. There it is. It's going to be an anonymous game. An anonymous game, 10 minutes per move. All right. So I don't know how good this guy is or anything. What does the update do, Chad? You're not even gonna say anything about it. You're just gonna say that he made an update. All right, we got this. This is all fine. So I'm looking at playing C5. There we go. Okay, now we have this kind of stuff. Am I in the undefended pawn? Okay, he just goes in for it. So, what do I usually do here? I don't know. Let's just develop. No, I'm going after his. I'm going after his dark square bishop. I'm not messing around. So I'm looking at playing, yeah, here. I want this dark square bishop. Give me that bishop. All right, now I'm okay with everything. Let's see. Let's get some. So this guy knows how to play, by the way. Sometimes you get guys that don't know how to play. This guy knows how to play. I'm going to try something a little odd here. Let's see if he takes. He might take. This will be interesting. All right. And then I'm simply going to back up over here. It's kind of slow, but I like having my queen honed in on this pawn. I mean, it's defended currently, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm very interested to see which way he's going to castle. And by the way, everyone can actually see me today. Everyone can see me. Chad, you say just smart lane changes and your car sounds like a spaceship while in reverse. Well, that's pretty cool. All right, so that's kind of neat. He castled this way, so my queen is in line with his king, which is always good. All right, we're gonna do some stuff like this. Let's get some development in. He castled this way. I kind of want to attack over here. Let's go for it. Let's just go in with the wild, senseless attack. It is Lee chess after all. You just gotta go in for the bad, for the garbagey attack, right? Here. We're going in for the attack that I probably shouldn't do. I want to come in here and attack. All right, so now we have this kind of stuff. Sloppy mess chess. We're going in. We're going in for the mess. Okay, he might come down here and hit this, take the pawn, which is fine. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to just trap his bishop. Let's see if he does this kind of stuff. I'm planning on running with my king. So he's going to have a good attack over here. So take. If I push, he pushes. This is difficult. This is a weird position. It's very weird. All right, we're going to play it like this. I think he's going to sack here, either with the bishop or the pawn. He's looking for mating ideas. Okay, I'm happy about that. I'm really happy about that trade. I think that was the wrong idea for him to allow that trade. All right, we'll see. Now I'm on the run. Okay, but I don't think he's got anything. I don't think he's got anything, to be honest. I also have this idea. He's in trouble, to be honest. I'm threatening coming in here with check, winning the pawn. He's got some serious issues to contend with here. And now he's got to come here. So he's got to do like this kind of thing. Then I come here, and then he moves off, and then I win the rook. All right, he left the game. He left. So I get victory. That was a good victory. He got his bishop. He got his bishop stuck here. So yeah, you all got to see a good victory. All right, good. Hope everyone enjoyed that victory. Chad guy, did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy that victory? All right, let's see. Chad guy, you say, oh, and you can make your Tesla give off a fart sound and play ice cream truck music. That's kind of nice. Like, do you drive around blasting the ice cream truck music? I think that would be pretty cool. Your daughter likes the ice cream. You have a daughter? Dude, Chad guy, I've known you for all this time. You have never said you had a daughter. You have never told me you've had a daughter. Like, never once. Never in Discord. Never in chat. Dude, you have a daughter? Dude, congratulations, man. That's awesome. I didn't know that. How old is she? Dude, like what's going on, dude? I've known you for like a year, dude. I've known you for a year, and you've like never mentioned that. That's intense, dude. Hey, Shane McInnes is here. Shane, hold on. Why did my auto shout out not go off for you, man? Let me shout you out right now and make sure I get the auto shout out working. Let's see. think that worked. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why the auto shoutout didn't work. All right, well, whatever. I'm going to fix that. Let's see, Shane, you said you initially worried about him bringing that rook down, but you did a good job pinning that down with his queen. Yeah, exactly. I was covering the square with my queen, so he couldn't get in there. He couldn't get in there. It was a little dicey. It was a little dicey for a while, but I think did this just get blurry on me? Maybe not. I don't know. It got a little dicey there, but he basically went all in on that crazy attack. Once I trapped the bishop, the rook was smooth, but like I feel like it's blurry. Maybe I'm just blurry. All right, now it's not blurry. Okay, Shane, you said yeah, he had that bishop, his queen, and a rook attack. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Let me bring up that game again, actually, because it's kind of interesting. We can learn some stuff. We can learn some stuff from this. All right, so let's see. Let's go back. Because all this is kind of like just a general attacking chess. So I thought it was really weird how I brought my queen to c7, right, and then he castles queenside. Because look at my queen in position with his king. You typically don't want to do that, right? Because then if once this pawn gets broken up, like once this pawn structure gets broken up, like how I went and started playing this kind of stuff. And actually I was playing this, but my idea was to eventually kind of break this up. Then my queen's in line with your king and it's pinned to that, right? So this was kind of weird to castle this way. His other option would have been to develop the knight and the bishop and then castle kingside, but because of this pawn right here, as opposed to it still being on h7, he had this hole. There was like this hole in this position right here. So he elected to castle queenside, which I think was a little bit of a mistake, and I think that's where things started going downhill. So by the way, my bishop here. If I could ever get my bishop here, I would have I'd be attacking the queen, and if the queen ever moved somewhere, I don't know, somewhere where it could move to, let's say it could move somewhere, I'd be at the rook. But I don't have support to get the bishop here, right? And there's no good way for me to do it. Like it's too slow. Like I was thinking of this, like this kind of idea, but then this, but like it's just too slow. It's too slow. He would have seen it coming, right? So let's see. Let's go back to chat. I want to make sure I can read what everyone's saying. Let's see. Shane, you said, what were your thoughts on not developing your queenside knight? Yeah, okay. Well, that's actually also an interesting question. Let me get to that in a minute. I basically went in for an all-in attack. Chad guy, I'll get back to you in a second. I want to go through this game though first. So yeah, my queenside knight. So he's just chilling, right? He's just chilling. Like he's gonna be backup if I need him. But like the main thing is with my queen in line with my opponent's king, like this is his king is very vulnerable, right? And look at these bishops, right? These bishops are ready to pounce in the action. This pawn is pushing up. This rook is coming up, right? Like I have, and by the way, Shane, these are long range pieces, right? The bishops, the rook, and the queen. These are all long range pieces. The knight is too slow. The knight's it's a good piece, but it's a short range piece. It's I don't know what you would call it in all your in your history in history language, but it's just like a short range piece. It's like a boxer, right? Knights are great, but their knights are strong in the center four squares. This guy's too slow. I want to go in with the attack while I still got it, right? So that was my thinking about not developing the knight, right? So I push, and I'm just trying to break everything open here, all right? And now look, he does have this kind of stuff here. But Shane, this is something interesting to note too, and you too, Chad guy. This pawn is not very important, okay? The outside pawns are our weakest pawns. They're not very important, all right? So it's not a huge deal if I lose this pawn. I mean, it sucks a little bit, and in an endgame it could cost me, but like it's not super important, right? It's much more important to lose one of your center pawns than it is to lose your H pawn or your A pawn, right? So like I'm not too worried about this. I wanted to continue with the attack, right? And notice, like, look at this. I'm already one move away from checking his king and completely breaking this open. My rook file is going to be open. My bishop's going to be coming in with checking ideas, right? This queen is like going to be breaking through. I have a good attack going. I'm willing to allow him to kind of break through. Now, he did the right thing probably here. Okay. Now I push out. What he probably should have done here instead of taking here. He probably should have, like, I mean, he could have just, I don't know, just developed this rook, right? How about develop the rook right here? Or maybe like ideas of doubling up, you know? Or maybe ideas, no, this is what needs to be done. This knight right here, you know, would be a beast. Knights are super strong in the center four squares of the board. If he could get his knight here, like, which he does later on, then his knight is going to be really strong. So that was kind of the idea behind that. Let's see where are we at here. Shane, you say it's a lancer. Yeah, a lancer instead of a sword fighter. Got it. Is that because they only attack one direction as on the edge? Well, they're just short range. They're short range weapons. You know, knights are good in the center. Think about a knight in the corner of the board. It can only move to 2 squares. It only has 2 possible squares it can even move to, right? Knights are weak in the corner. Knight on the side, mid knights can only move to 4 squares, so they're pretty weak. In the center, they can move to 8 squares. They control a lot of territory, and they can hop over pieces. They're not good. They're not good as good for a long range attack, right? Victor Sor is here. Good. How's it going, bud? Good to see you, friend. Victor Sor is a streamer here on Twitch. He's a relatively new streamer on Twitch, and he's a smart dude. He's got a master's in psychology. He's going for his PhD. A super, super awesome, authentic guy. Definitely check him out. Drop him a follow. He's also a good chess player. We played some good chess together. He's big into four-person chess. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, friend. How's everything going with you? And then we have someone newer, Clover Smoker. He said, you've been single for a long time and always thought girls looked at you in disgust and could never get a serious relationship going. But now you have not one but 2 girls that are into you. That's right, all 2. Awesome, man. And you like them both, but you can't choose between them. And you see them both every day and you work together. You don't want to break either of their hearts, but you don't know what to do. Please, any advice helps. That's a tough one, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. You go with your heart, dude. Go with your heart. You know, but be kind to both of them, you know. Be kind to both of them. Go with your heart though. I don't know. That's really tough. JT's here. I was just gonna say JT would be the one to answer that question. JT, good to see you. You said you came, you saw, you got to get back to work. Oh, you're going back to work. Have a great well have a good one. JT I'm glad you popped in. That's a tough question. Yeah, like I don't know. You know, I mean. I guess go with the one you're more into. Like, well, I would go with the one who I felt that I liked more, right? And then I would, still just try to be nice to the other person, try to be nice to the other girl, right? I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know. Maybe someone else in chat has good advice for you. Victor, so you say, an excellent study on the effectiveness of knights is Kasparov's Octopus Knight game. Yeah, knights are crazy pieces. Like when things are in closed games, when things are all locked down, like when the pawns are all locked down, like knights can be super strong. Like knights can be more valuable than rooks even in some instances. And then, or if you have like a good outpost for a knight, it can be super strong, like deep in your opponent's territory. But then sometimes like knights, like in open games, like knights are just slow. Like imagine getting your knight all the way to the other side of the board. That takes a while, right? It takes a while. Let's see. Victor, sorry, you say, to Clover Smoker, you say you agree with Agni to go with your heart. One of your favorite philosophers said, when you do not know what to do, just ask your deepest innermost self. Yeah, absolutely. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Just go with your heart. Maybe do some meditation. Maybe meditate on it. And see what happens. See what happens. Hey, Healer Rose is here. We got a good crew here today. Healer Rose is a streamer here on Twitch. He's a super smooth dude. Check him out. Drop him a follow. A really nice guy. He's just like a really nice, authentic guy. You say have either said they wanted to have a deeper relationship with you. There you go. That's a very good question. That is the salient question, right? You would advise to enjoy both and don't expect anything romantic unless one of them wants to. I think that's great advice. Healer Rose comes in with the good advice. Thanks for the save, man. I'm just saying, listen to your heart, like some generic stuff, which sounds good though. I mean, it probably is like a good thing, but at the same time, you're right, dude. You're right. You gotta listen. You gotta make sure. Don't expect anything, And then plus, because if you expect too much, you're going to get your heart broken. Okay, and then I want to go back to Chad Guy's comment from earlier. Chad Guy surprised me. You said, "Oh, I didn't know you were divorced. You were divorced a while back ago." Okay, but you have a daughter, man. That's so cool, dude. That is so cool. Okay, your ex-wife, a lot from you though. It's been tough. Yeah, dude. Divorces are always rough, man. Like I don't really know anyone who's gotten a divorce who's like, hey, yeah, it worked out great for both of us. We're still best friends. We hang out all the time, and everyone's cool, and it's great, Like I've never heard that, It's like the reason why I never tried heroin, because every single person. By the way, Chicago's like the big heroin hub of the U.S., right? All the heroin comes up from Mexico into Chicago, and then it just gets distributed throughout the U.S. So I've known a lot of people that have used heroin, and every single person that I know who has used heroin, when I've asked them, are you glad you got into heroin? Every single person has said no. They're like, no, I wish I never would have touched this stuff. So if every single person that you've ever asked about a question about something has the exact same answer, you probably don't want to use heroin, right? It's probably not a good idea. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to try this. And then all my friends were like, I don't know, maybe I should try that. I'm like, dude, why? Don't try this, man. Everyone we know that has tried it regrets it. Don't do it. Okay, we got to get back to chess. Where are we at here? Oh, let's see. Where are we at here? Oh my God, I'm missing stuff. Well, okay, we got to get back to the chess game. All right, let's load it back up. I want to finish doing the analysis. All right. So yeah, here, now this is, I consider this a mistake, unless he did have some attack. We can actually turn on analysis and see what the computer says. All right. So right here, the computer says he has a slight advantage. Look at that, a 1.1. And by the way, look at this. The computer is recommending the exact move that I was saying, knight to e5. Remember, I said this. I said if he could get his knight in here, it'd be super powerful. I was saying he should do that instead of coming in here and breaking through, trying to break this open, right? The computer likes my move, and it likes this move to try to kind of close everything down over here, which is fine. So the computer and I are on this. It's good when the chess engine and you are on the same page, right? I'm gonna make sure everyone can see this. All right, good. All right. So, but instead he did this, and look at that. So he was up. He was up 1.2, right? He went from having a 1.2 pawn center pawn advantage to now being down 0.6. That's a huge shift. I knew that was a mistake, and then I did the right move, the computer's move, and then now it's funny. The computer does want bishop takes rook, obviously, but then it likes my move, or it likes this knight move, or even this, right? So I did this, right? Its computer now says we're about even, but not really. In human terms, we're not super even, because his bishop is trapped. His bishop can't go anywhere. All right, so now he does this. I got a slight edge, right? I got a 0.3 edge. It's messing around a little bit. Oh, look at that. The computer loves my move. By the way, these big arrows right here, that means that's the computer's number one move. And you can also see it here. Bishop g7, right? And then this is the computer's second choice, and then this is the computer's third choice. So I made the best possible move here, right? Because this knight is a beast. This knight is way too strong. And now notice I have two attackers on the knight, and he's only got one defender, okay? So you want to count, right? You want to count attackers and defenders, right? And I also, he's preparing for sacks and stuff here, right? So, all right. He does this. The computer hates this idea. Look at this. He goes from negative 0.5 to negative 3.6. This is a blunder. The computer wanted a knight d to f3. So the computer wanted this, which is smart, right? Because then if I take, he takes, and he can have a great outpost here for his knight, right? His pawn's defending his knight, and he would have a real solid outpost for the knight. But instead, he does this. The computer hates it. Now the computer wants me to take his knight, and guess what I do? Bam, I do the best move. The best move, he takes, I take, and now, yeah, look at this. And like Shane was talking about earlier, look at this. the queen is controlling h8, right? Because my queen is controlling this square, I don't really have to worry too much about the rook coming down here and messing me up, right? Unless he can, dislodge my queen from this diagonal, right? So that's kind of neat, right? Okay. Then so he took, I took, so he just did the sack, right? And then he comes in with the check, but I'm fine. I do the best move. I move it over, and then he comes in with another check. He's just throwing checks at me, right? And then I do the next best move. Okay, then he comes up here, and let's see. Yep, I did the best move again here. The computer wants b4. That's it did a second ago. It says, yeah, now it wants it again. b4 it says is the best, so I play b4. My idea is I have two pieces attacking this square. I'm looking to come in here with my queen. So now the computer really, okay, I made the second, it says they're about equal. Yeah, 11.3 and 11.4, right? So I made the move that's the best, tied for the best move, check, right? And then, yeah, the idea is, here's the idea. If, let's say he comes here, I come up here with check. Now, he doesn't want to block with the knight because I just take the knight and we're in the same predicament, right? So if he moves off, then I win the rook. And by the way, this setup right here where the rook's attacking the king and the king's got to move off the rank, right? And then I'm going to be able to get the rook is called a skewer. That is a chess term. That's a chess tactic. So if you ever hear of a skewer in chess, now you know what it is. You attack one piece, and if it's a king, it's got to move, and then you get the piece behind it, right? So that's chess. Anyways, that's how you play chess, and that's how you win at chess. That's how it goes. Okay. Where are we at here? All right. I think we're we got to catch up. We got to catch up. Healer Rose. Let's see. Chad guy, you say yeah, you'll honestly just date as much as possible. Don't allow yourself to fall in love. I mean, that's tough advice, man. I mean, I'm like you, Chad guy. I've had my heart broken too, man. I've had my heart broken, and that's the age-old question. Is it? I don't remember how they phrase it, but is it better to love or and been hurt, or to not love and never been hurt, right? Something along those lines. Does anyone remember how that goes? I think, is that from Shakespeare? I don't know. It sounds like it's from Shakespeare, but yeah. Anyways, yeah. Like I don't know. Is it better to love and to be in that super intense loving relationship with another human being, or just to date, just date and not fall in love? It's tricky. I mean, it's a defensive mechanism, right? To not allow yourself to fall in love, to keep your guard up. But then again, you miss out on the joy of love, But then again, if you get your heart crushed, I mean, people kill themselves when their hearts are crushed. Sometimes it's crazy, right? So I don't know. It's all tough. It's all tough to do. Chad guy, you say, thanks. That's what you do now. Oh yeah. Okay. I mean, I hear you, man. I hear you. Hey, Terror Time's here. All right. Terror Time has entered the room. The emote queen has entered the room. The amount of emotes that you see on the screen are going to increase astronomically over the next couple minutes. Terror Time is not only is she the emote queen, she's a personal trainer, and she is an excellent fitness streamer here on Twitch. She's in the fitness and health community. She makes working out fun. You go to her stream, you will be cracking up. You'll be laughing. She's from Argentina. Super awesome, amazing human being. Go check her out, drop her a follow. She's just a really, really kind human being. And she, and the thing is, typically you don't want to work out. Typically you're like, I don't know, I'm just going to lay on the couch and hang out and I don't know, watch some TV or something. But you go to her stream and you want to work out. You want to do that kind of stuff. Let's see. Where else are we at here? Chad guy, you say, you only date girls at 18 to 24? That's intense, Chad guy. Like, how old are you, man? Like, I hope you're not like 70, dude. If you're 70 and you're only dating 18 to 24-year-olds, that could be intense, dude. But if you're like 13 and you're dating 18 to 24-year-olds, like that's even more intense. Like when I was like, I think I was like, yeah, I was 15 and I was dating an 18-year-old, and people were like, whoa, that's kind of weird, right? Like, I mean, isn't that against the law? That's against the law. I was doing something against the law. I was 15 and dating an 18-year-old. Like that, I don't know. I guess I could have gotten arrested, or maybe she would have gotten arrested. Like, who would have gotten arrested in that situation? I don't know how that shit works, right? Oh, check out, you're 32. Okay. But still, that's still intense. I mean, if you're only dating girls 18 to 24, I mean, I get like, the physical attractiveness and whatnot. But can you connect? Can you connect on a strong emotional level with them, right? Do you have a lot to talk about, right? I don't know. Maybe you do. Let's see. Terror time. Anyways, do you say thank you so much for your lovely words? Well, thank you for being yourself. Thanks for being you represent Argentina. By the way, every single thing I know about Argentina is from you. You are literally the ambassador to Argentina, like for me. And I it's like, I don't know. I think every single person in Argentina is just like you. Now I know that's totally ignorant, but it seriously is like the case, and it's the same thing with you. And you're from Ecuador. You're from Ecuador, so I think everyone from Ecuador is just like you, because I'm just like an ignorant American. All right. Anyways, where are we at here? Shane, you say that's why you never tried. I don't know what the context is, but it sounds good to me, man. It sounds good to me. And you said, but we were in love. It was the real deal, and until it wasn't, and then you got divorced. So you got to feel the real deal. You got to feel that love, and I felt it too. Like to be totally in love, like head over heels over someone. I mean, there's nothing better in the world. But then if it falls apart, there's like nothing worse in the world. It's such a crazy thing, right? Love. I mean, people. I mean, why do you think like not every single movie, but like almost every movie has some kind of love twist, right? People care about love. I mean, and by the way, the Greeks had like I think 5 or 7 different words for love, right? Us Americans are stupid, and we're like, oh, we're just gonna use the one word for love, but like they had a word for familial love, like love for your family. They had a word for love for like, the divine, the infinite, right? They had, God. They had a word for like loving, for like romantic love. They had a word for loving like brotherly love, like loving your brother. They had like love. They had a word for loving nature. They had different words to mean different kinds of love. We're just like, no, love is just one thing to us, right? I don't know how it is in other languages. If other languages have different words for love, or not. But the Greeks seem to have it right. Let's see. Victor, so you say because of f6, then bishop g6 check after knight e5. Okay, I want to go back there really quick. I want to check it out. You said so because of f6, then bishop g6 check after knight e5. All right, so let's check this out. So where was knight e5? We got to go back. Okay, so we had knight e5. Wait, no. Hold on. Knight e5, and I should actually move the screen up so it doesn't look weird. And then because of f6. Oh yeah, there we go, right? This f6 idea, right? And then it's attacking the knight, but then everything breaks open. Yeah, okay. The bishop and the knight would be breaking open. Is that what you're referring to? I don't think that's what you're referring to. I think I misread that. Let me go back and see what you're referring to. Because of f6. Oh, f6, comma, bishop g6 check. Okay. Because of okay. Yeah, because of f6, bishop g6 check. Exactly. Yeah. This is a crucial pawn, right? This pawn is a very important defender, right? I need to keep this pawn here, right? This is a crucial one. I don't want to mess around. And then I have this kind of stuff. And yeah, I'm glad I made. It's always reassuring when you go through and you see that you're making a lot of the computer moves, right? That's always a good feeling, because the chess engine has it right. The chess engine is, by the way, those you don't know, the chess engines are way better than human beings. So Stockfish, whatever the highest Stockfish is, Stockfish 20, Stockfish 15, I don't even know these days, Stockfish 20 maybe. That was the strongest chess player in the world, all right? For a long time. And then Google's AI, AlphaZero, it was originally AlphaGo, and it was used to solve the game Go, not to solve it, but to become the best Go player in the world. But Alphas, then they converted it to chess, to that AI to play chess. And AlphaZero, within like a 6-hour period, all it did was play itself over and over and over, right? And within like a 6-hour period, it was better than the best chess grandmaster on the planet. How amazing is that? This AI, like within 6 hours, it's better than the best grandmaster on the planet. And then within I think 24 hours, it was better than the best chess engine, Stockfish, at the time.
time. He played like a 100-game match against Stockfish, and I think it had some crazy result. It didn't lose a single game, and it won something like 71 games, and then there were like 29 draws. It's crazy. It's crazy. And that's just in a short period of time, right? To be that good in such a short period of time. I mean, chess AI is scary. AI is very scary. If it can like become that good in chess, in like a 6-hour period, be better than the best human. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens in a few years. Okay, where are we at here in chat? I missed a ton of stuff. Chad guy, you say Shakespeare's Divine Comedies, Romeo and Juliet, with about the naivety of love, not romance. I mean, yeah, okay, and you bring up an important distinction. Love and romance are two very disparate entities, right? Like there's romantic love, right? Like where you're just like all about the person, like you want to like have sex as much as possible, right? And you have that passion, right? And then there's like a deeper connection love where you're like you care about that person, like it's not even about like attractiveness at that point, right? Let's see. Chagay said most people associate it as a love romantic story. Yeah, I mean, people are going to make their own interpretations of things. Victor, so you say not this move earlier before White took with the rook. Oh, before move 15 for White. All right, let me go back. to move. Oh, hold on, I got to get it so everyone can see. I'm not going to make that same mistake I did yesterday, where I played a whole game of chess yesterday and no one could see the board. So move 15. Yeah, move 15 here, right? Yeah, move 15. That's when the knight hops in. Okay, I think that's what you're referring to. Yeah, it's funny how if he had been able to get his knight, like so I play this, right? If he had been able to get his knight like this, all of a sudden this is very scary. Like what would have happened? Yeah, I mean, I still have an advantage, but like I can't dislodge this knight now is the problem, because if bishop takes, knight takes. And then, yeah, I can't dislodge it, right? Because if I push, like Victor Sora was saying, we'd have like this kind of check with the bishop, or even the queen. Well, maybe not the queen, because then this is hanging, right, with check, and actually that would lead to mate, right? But yeah, the bishop. So like it would be like, oh, I'm going to dislodge the knight, and then he's just like, then he's just going to take with the bishop, right? But yeah, and I have his bishop trapped, right? He can't do much with the bishop right now, but he's going to be able to gain some pawns for it, right? At the end of the day. All right, let's go back to chat. What are we talking about in chat here? Danny John is here. Hello, Danny John. Good to see you. How you doing? We played some chess. We got a good crew in here today. We got Ann. We got Victor Sor. We got Terra Time. We got Chad Guy. JT was here earlier. We've had a good group of people in here. We're talking love. We're talking Healer Rose is here. Healer Rose was here. There was someone who I didn't even recognize. Shane was here. We had a good crew. Shane was here hanging out. I gotta all right, yeah. What's going on with you? How's everything going with you? Let's see. Victor Story, you're asking Danny, how's it going, psychology friend? Yeah, you too. You two are the psychology people, right? I mean, I have a lowly bachelor's degree in psychology. I studied psychology and molecular bio as an undergrad. So I basically know nothing about psychology. A bachelor's in psych it's like, you know a little bit. Like I know who Freud is. I know who Jung is. I know who Adler and those kind of people. Hey, Mezu, thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. I'm Agni James. I stream chess, guided meditations, philosophy. I do all sorts of stuff on here. Welcome in. We got a good crew of people here today. Danny John, how was your day? What's going on with you today? How's everything? How's life treating you? Oh, you're banned. One message was banned. All right, so you're in. It's like you came in and dude, you got banned right away. All right, well, thank you, Victor Sor. Thank you for being on that. I love it. Oh, that's funny. It's funny how it's like that. Sometimes someone comes in and they're like, "Hey, I'm gonna follow," and then they immediately have something ignorant to say, and then they get banned. Victor Sora, thank you, man, dude. And it's funny. I just promoted you, right? I think I just promoted you to mod a couple days ago. Dude, I promoted you to mod a couple days ago. Was that your first ban? I think it was, dude. Congratulations. You're on the ban squad now, man. So thank you for taking care of that for me, man. What would I do without my wonderful mods? Shane, you say Your office is just across the hall from a psychology instructor. Does that count? I mean, yeah, we're going down the line. So we got Danny John, who has a PhD in psychology. We got Victor Sor, who's got a master's and is going for his PhD in psychology. We have me, who has a bachelor's in psychology, and then we got Shane, whose office is just across the hall from a psychology instructor. So we're going down the line. So everyone's got some. And Chad guy, do you have any psychology background? Okay, you redeemed hats off. I got to go grab a hat. I'll be right back. All right, hats off, hats on. I guess hats off is actually hats on. No, Chad guy, it's fine, man. It's a redemption. It's there for a reason. You get the hat now. You get the hat. This is how we do it. This is how we do it Chicago style, huh? When we're wearing these kind of hats, we walk around like I walk around like this on a daily basis. Like you just have never seen it. You've never seen me like actually. It kind of looks good on me, to be honest. Like, this is a good looking hat. What do you guys think of this hat? All right. Hey, Noger's here. All right. So your dad used to teach psychology. Now that's a problem, man. Like, so was your dad ever psychoanalyzing you? Like, your whole life you're growing up, your dad is like psychoanalyzing you. He's like having you like lay down on the couch and he's like, tell me about your mother. No, he wouldn't be saying that kind of stuff because like, that's his wife. I mean, that would be weird. Tell me about my wife. Like, I don't know how that works. I don't know how it works. All right. Let's see. But yeah, everyone has a psychology, knows someone in the psychology field, right? That's cool that he used to teach psychology, by the way. That's cool. Any particular type of psychology? Did he specialize in any particular type of psychology? And by the way, Noger is a streamer here on Twitch. He streams. He does something that no one else does. No one else in the history of Twitch has ever done this on any kind of consistent basis. He reads philosophical journal articles on Twitch, like academic philosophical journal articles. And these are like peer-reviewed journals. This isn't just some trash he's reading. He literally is going through like technical philosophical journal articles on Twitch. What are you up to, like 360, I think you're at? Like 361 maybe? Something like that? Dude, it's amazing. I am so impressed like with your stamina. Like initially it's like, I'm like, oh, this guy will be like, he'll read like a few articles and then like, he'll be like, all right, I'm done, right? Dude, you just keep going, dude. You're like me, dude. You just like keep pounding away. You keep pounding away at it, and then hopefully something will happen, or else you're enjoying it. I mean, you have read. It's good motivation to read that many articles, and you're bringing academic philosophy to Twitch of all places. It's like I'm bringing guided meditation to Twitch of all places, which typically has like a negative connotation associated with it, with like a negativity, right? People are usually like, oh, Twitch is that place where gamers go and scream at each other, But Shane, you too. And you know what? And Terror Time is all about like, positivity and like personal training and physical health. Shane is on here like doing like history, and like it's like a very like wholesome, awesome like place to be, and you learn like tons of cool stuff, and it's like a super positive environment. Victor Sor is super positive, and he's been doing psychology streams on mental toughness, and he reads psychological journal articles and things like that. We have like the academic crew in here. We just have a bunch of positive people in here, which is very odd. It's very odd to have this many positive people on Twitch. Usually everyone's just screaming at each other. But we've done it. Maybe that's why we all band together. We band together because we want to like try to like improve the world and make it a better place. Yeah, okay, let's see. Terror Time, you say Chicago style. Yeah, right. This is totally a Chicago style hat. Like I should do an IRL stream from like the southwest side of Chicago, and like you'll see people walking around in these kind of hats. Like it gets crazy down there. Last time I was there though, I had that incident with the drunk prostitute jumping on my car, so I don't want to go back there anytime soon. And things have been kind of crazy in Chicago lately. Chad guy knows about that. He's been telling me all about it, and like it's like I hear about it every day, so I'm kind of immune to it. And you say you have seen tons of psychologists and psychiatrists. You bet that counts somehow. That totally counts. Yeah. So I think everyone in the world is going to become a psychologist at one point, or at least has like seen a psychologist. Like that's just how it goes these days, right? That's how it goes. Yeah, this is a Chicago style though. Anne Fernley said the hat and the T-shirt are the bomb. Yeah, I know, right? I get the. It's like no, you never see some. It's like the perfect contrast, right? You get this hat with the 9 Inch Nails year zero shirt, right? It just doesn't get any better than that, right? I should wear it. By the way, I've seen 9 Inch Nails 11 times. I've seen Nails more than any other band. I recommend. Anyone in the world should go see 9 Inch Nails. And the reason I've seen them 11 times is because every single time I go, it's one of the best shows I've ever been to. It's like he never disappoints. So I'm going to keep going until like I go to a show that's garbage. And I don't think it's ever going to happen. Trent Reznor is one of the most incredible musicians of the last, I'm going to say of the last fucking 100 years. He basically created the industrial scene. He created the industrial music. Him and Ministry, him and then Ministry, they were, and Ministry's from Chicago, by the way, just so you guys know. But yeah, Trent was like instrumental in creating all that, and he's also a major source of inspiration. The reason being is because when he started out, he was. Dude, his first couple bands, like Exotic Birds, and he was in some other band. They were terrible. They were such a joke. And like when you're watching them, you're like, oh my god, like what is this garbage, right? And if Trent Reznor can go from like being like a joke to being the one of the best musicians of all time, like or at least in the last 100 years, I mean that blows my mind. That gave me confidence to like go into poetry and start like expressing my poetry in public and doing poetry readings and things like that. Because it's like so you got to start out somewhere, and initially you might suck, but if you keep working in it, if you're persistent, you're gonna get somewhere hopefully. Terror Time, you say, lovely hat. Do you want that hat? Yeah, it's a good hat. It's not bad. Noger, you say he taught psychology of personality and evolutionary psych a few times. Okay, yeah, I think evolutionary psych is cool. Danny John, who's in here with a PhD, she thinks evolutionary psychology is a joke. She was actually ripping on evolutionary psychology yesterday, and Victor Sor and I were kind of like pushing back on that. But she's got that big PhD next to her name, so it's like I don't know. But we still have some cred. We still have some street cred in the psychology field. Let's see. Anne, you say Trent Reznor is your savior. Trent Reznor is incredible. I have gotten so much benefit. I've derived so much benefit from listening to 9 Inch Nails in my life. It's incredible. It's the amount of like when I'm in despair, when I'm in like in utter despair, it's like to be able to go into 9 Inch Nails and like listen to that music and to like and to feel it and to experience it. It is literally like saved my life. Definitely. I totally know what you're talking about. And you got to see them in London. Nice. It was the best concert ever. Dude, 9 Inch Nails never disappoints. They are so good. And you say you saw the video of his first synth pop band. It was so icky. Yeah, it was terrible. It was such a joke. And he was doing like the head movements. He would be talking and be like, like that, doing like the 80s like head movements. And it was so bad. And then he turned into, think about what he turned into. He's composing soundtracks for like major motion pictures in addition to still doing Nails. It's amazing. And he does it by himself, almost all of his work. I mean, he's got Danny Lohner, he's got Atticus Ross, doing some stuff with him now. But for the most part, like he's created everything on his own. Like anyone who can do that, who can have a band and do it like all on your own, like that's pretty impressive, right? All right, where are we at here? And you say you were talking about your stream today. About Noger's stream with your dad. He laughed at the paper you showed me because you can't get it out of your mind. Cool. Yeah, that's cool that you were discussing it with your father. Yeah. Shane, you say you can scream at people if it makes you feel more like it's a major proper Twitch experience. I think it is. Like I try to scream at people as much as I can, and in real life too. Like I'll walk up to people and just start screaming in their face and like see what happens. No, actually, I live in Chicago. If I did that, I'd get shot. So I don't do that. And, let's see. Nogue, you're saying that paper was so ridiculous. Glad Dad got a laugh out of. Which paper are you referring to? I wonder what you were talking about. Shane, you say if only concerts came near you. So I guess I take it you don't live in a big city. Well, what part of the country? You don't need to say the city. You don't need to give any like anything away you don't want to. What part of the country do you live in? I know you're from the U.S., right? Okay, Chad guy, you say Agni isn't impressed with your college experience. Your grandfather is still upset that you picked Brown over West Point. I didn't. You never even tell me. You never told me you went to Brown. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about you, Chad. Chad, I've been talking to you for a year, and it took up until this point to know that you had a daughter. Like that's crazy, dude. That's crazy. A whole year of being your friend, and like now I finally find out that you have a daughter. Like you're just starting to like open up and actually tell me things about you, dude. Like all I knew about you for the last year was that you drove a Tesla. And and you make good meals. So you're a vegan, you make good meals, and you drive a Tesla. I thought that was it. And that you weren't in a lot of physical pain until you found some arthritis medication that they make in Chicago, and now you're doing much better. By the way, is that medication still working? How is that going for you, man? Let's see. Chega, you say he wanted you to be the first general in the family. Dude, I think you're doing good, man. You own your own business. You own your own business, dude. You're doing great. You don't need to listen to your grandfather. Go into whatever makes you happy. You run a successful construction business, man. You're making good money. You enjoy it, Oh, Chega, you say to follow in his military career. Yeah, exactly. Some people want you to follow them in whatever footsteps they take. It's like it's kind of ridiculous, right? I mean, just because like I'm a philosopher, I'm not going to be like, hey, everyone in the world needs to become a philosopher. I think that's kind of ignorant, right? Because there's a lot of people that would hate philosophy. There's a lot of people that are like, no, I want to like do other stuff. But I do think that philosophy, can have a benefit in people's lives. But you don't need to go get a master's or PhD, to derive some benefit from it. You just need to ask some questions and try to be a little contemplative and open-minded, right? Yeah, okay. So I always come out with tons of energy. I always come out with tons of energy and excitement and exuberance. And then we slow things down and we go within to the place of peace and oneness in our hearts. So find a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the floor in lotus pose. You can sit cross-legged. Or you can sit in a chair. The main thing is to find a position that is comfortable for you. And then gently close your eyes. And take a few slow, deep breaths on your own while I get this camera less blurry. I have a Buddhist chant that I play that has a chime that rings every 2 seconds. And you can use it to help regulate your breath count. So take a few more slow, deep breaths on your own while maintaining good posture.
Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. Exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in through your nose, slowly raising your abdomen. Breathe out through your mouth, slowly lowering your abdomen. Focus on your breath. Inhale, raising your belly. Exhale, lowering your belly. Breathe in, raising your abdomen. Breathe out, lowering your abdomen. Keep your awareness on your breath count. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. The breath calms the body, and the body calms the mind. Be mindful of your breath count. Visualize yourself sitting on the tallest mountain peak. Watching the clouds float through the sky beneath you. Two clouds move together and merge into one. And one cloud stretches apart, dividing into two. These clouds float through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. These clouds are like your thoughts. Thoughts come into mind, exist for a while in conscious awareness, before disappearing from your mind. That is the nature of human thought. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Be mindful of your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon, and return your awareness to your breath count. Your essence is love. Your love is manifested as light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. Awakening the inner light within them. And they will shine their light on all whom they encounter, until the whole world is glowing radiantly as one once again. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which obscures your third eye sight. Stay focused on your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon, and return your awareness to your breath count. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of conscious awareness. Go to the region of your heart chakra. Feel the love which emanates from this location. And the warmth which surrounds that love. Experience the perfect peace residing here. And the joy which accompanies it. In this place, you are one with the divine. In this location, your eternal nature is apparent. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which obscures your third eye vision. Stay focused on your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds moving through the sky before disappearing from conscious awareness. And return your focus to your breath. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of consciousness. Go all the way down to your center point. The place at your center where your essence is the strongest. The place residing in you, existing of pure monism. Feel the eternal love existing here. And the perfect peace. In this place, you are whole. In this place, you remember your divinity. Boundaries and separation cannot exist here. Nor can division. Fear and worry are not welcome in this location. And the ego mind cannot enter. Because the ego is based on division and separation. But you were created to be eternally as one. And what is eternally one can never be two. And what is eternally filled with love can never be filled with anything else. Focus on your center points. travel through. I'll see you on the other side. Here, at your center point, you recall your true identity. At your center, you remember how you came to be. Here, at your center point, you recall your divine purpose. To spread love and light to all of those whom you encounter. Here, at your center point, you expose the pure love within you. To your conscious mind. Melting away any guilt and insecurity. Freeing yourself from fear. Allowing your eternal love to flow endlessly from the source of all creation. And reuniting your love with the love of all of humanity. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all stress and tension from your body. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all stress and tension from your mind. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all existential angst from your being. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all fear and worry from your mind. Gently open your eyes and return to this dualistic world, bringing with you the peace from mindful monism throughout the remainder of your day. Namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing the sacred space with me. I am honored and humbled to be here with you as your meditation guide. I hope you derived much benefit from this meditation. I hope you feel more peaceful and relaxed. I hope you feel more open and honest. And I hope you feel more love and compassion in your hearts. Namaste. How was that for everyone? How was that meditation? That was a, 33-minute and 45-second meditation, which is a good amount of time. It's a good amount of time for meditation. I hope you all feel good after that meditation. I feel much more peaceful and centered. I was a little, I had good energy before, but it was a little spastic. I was a little all over the place. Now I have that Zen energy, that divine energy flowing through me. Hey, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, you're here. Good to see you, friend. Namaste about no make namaste about it. I love it. You're the best, Agni, and I'm honored and humbled to have even crossed paths in this lifetime, my brother. Dude, thank you, man. That's like the kindest. That's like the kindest thing you could say, dude. Thank you, man. I'm just trying to do my part to help out, a little bit in the world. We all have things we can do, and I've been teaching meditation for a while, so I want to try to help others, find a little more peace and joy in their lives. You said that was beautiful. You loved it. Really beneficial to your life, man. Dude, thank you. Feedback, when I get feedback like that, it really makes me want to continue streaming. I sometimes I'm on here and I wonder if anyone's even out there, but yeah, it's really good that you're feeling something from it, man, that you're gaining something, and that makes me happy, man. Thank you. And you're from Chicago too, my Chi-Town brother, man. It's good. Anne, you said, thank you for a really relaxing night, friends. You're all the sweetest, and you smiled more than you have in the last few days. Good, Anne, good. I love you all, and have a fantastic rest of the stream. Dude, Anne, thank you. I'm so glad that we were able to bring some joy to your world. You're in Ecuador. I mean, I know you're not here now, I guess, because you typed that a while ago, but you're in Ecuador, so brought a little love and light to your corner of the world, so that's good. And I'm happy that you're able to smile. Even just like a little bit more joy in someone's life makes a huge difference, because if you make someone else even just like a smidge happier, then they're going to be a little bit happier, and then they're going to be willing to make someone else, a little bit more happier, and it just escalates, and we can kind of try to overcome all the negativity out there, right? There's so much, you read the news, and every single headline is
is negative, but at the end of the day, we can choose to be positive. We're in charge of how we feel emotionally. And sometimes it's really hard. If someone comes at you in a verbally attacking way, or maybe as a very passive aggressive and and says some nasty things to you, it's tough. It's tough to maintain your cool. But they're just trying to bait you into being upset. They're just trying to bait you into being angry. And if you can not allow them to affect you, if you can just use mindfulness to just be at peace and just wish them well, I mean, you're doing the ultimate service not only to you and your peace of mind, but you're doing a major service to your friend or whoever it is who's just trying to make you feel unhappy because you want to help them. Those are people that need help. Because if someone's going around trying to make someone else unhappy, they obviously need help. They're obviously not a happy person themselves, right? Because when someone's happy, they're not out there trying to piss people off, right? So spreading love, spreading kindness, spreading compassion, that's all we can do here. That's all we can do in this world. Oh, Ann, you are still here. You said thank you. You're very grateful tonight. Have a great day tomorrow. Well, you have a great day tomorrow too, Ann. It's really been a privilege getting to know you and getting to meet you and spending time with you, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Okay. Oh, hey, look who it is. Caudillo. You feel like you came too late. Wow, it's been a while. It's been a while, friend. Yeah, we just finished the meditation. Well, I haven't seen you around here in a long time, man. I hope you're doing well. We're actually just wrapping things up. We did some chess earlier. We talked a little bit of philosophy, and now we're wrapping things up. I was just basically saying that be kind to the people around you. Try to not allow negativity to affect you by using mindfulness and spread love and light to the world. That's all. That's my message for the night. And Hollywood, you say to Caudillo, the only time it's too late is when you are returned to dust. Yeah, we always have that chance, right? We always have that chance to feel more joy and love in our lives, and to help those around us. And to be honest, I mean, one of the best ways to feel better internally is to help others. So I mean, it's kind of selfish if you look at it in that sense, right? But if you want to feel really good, be loving and kind to the people around you, and then you'll feel good in return. And it's just a good thing to do, right? Overall, at the end of the day. All right. I think we are gonna wind it down. You know what? Hey, Kittens Kung Fu is here. All right, we got to stick around a little bit now. We got a celebrity that just entered. Kittens Kung Fu. How are you doing, friend? Meow Namaste, y'all. Yeah, meow namaste to you too. Kittens Kung Fu is a phenomenal streamer here on Twitch. Super amazing. And hey, Hollywood, Kittens is from Chicago too. He's another one of our Chi-Town brethren. He's a great dude. He's a beast. He's super built, super strong. I mean, he deadlifts like 1,000 pounds, but he's also into the internal energy arts, such as qigong and all the internal energy arts. So he's just an amazing guy because he's big, built, ripped, and he has this amazing cat named Mia, and he's got so much love for this cat, and it's just such a wonderful thing. He's just a wonderful human being. He collaborated with one of my friends, Marcel Grew on a wrist flexibility and wrist strengthening a YouTube video, and I actually do that. I do that warm-up video every single morning. I've been doing it every morning for a couple months now, and my wrists feel great. My wrists feel stronger, they feel healthier, and then once my wrists are warmed up, I can do like pull-ups and push-ups and weights and everything, and it just feels good. It feels like they feel healthy and strong. So thank you again so much for that, man. Kittens Kung Fu is incredible. You say Mia is so happy to see you. Yeah, well, I'm happy to see Mia. And guess what? I've been taking Parmenides. I think I told you about this. My cat, I've been taking out on walks. I got a cat harness for her. I've been taking her out on walks around the neighborhood. So it's pretty cool to be able to bring the cat out in nature. Hollywood, you say, Chirac represent. Real Windy City shit up here, and I'll love. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And we have to represent. We gotta try to stay positive, because you know what? I mean, we come from a place that's not always very positive, right? I mean, we have there's a lot of negativity in Chicago, but there's a lot of great things about Chicago too. And we got to keep that positive energy flowing because, I mean, if we don't, who else is going to do it, right? Kids, you say, that's so awesome. So glad you're benefiting from it. Marcel is the brains behind that video. You were honored that he reached out to you. Yeah, well, it's a wonderful video. It really is. It's like my first. I mean, here's what I do. I do a kumnaye first, where I massage my fingers. I go up and down each finger. This is a kumnaye. It's a form of yoga, right? You just go up and down each finger, massaging it, and then you do the wrists, right, and then up the arm to the shoulder. I do that on both arms and hands. And then once I've done that, my next thing that I do is your video. Is literally you and Marcel's, that video that you guys did the collab on. And like I have the blood flow going and I feel my arms are warmed up and ready to go. It makes perfect sense. You want that blood flowing in your arms if you're going to be like working out and doing pull-ups, push-ups, weights, whatever you're doing. You want that blood flow going, And it's just you feel stronger and healthier by doing so. So yeah, it's great, man. You know what? I'm gonna do because you're here, kittens. I think you might appreciate this. Have you ever read Lao Tzu's Tao Te Ching? Have you ever read anything from this? We'll get some light on in here, so I can actually see the book. Yeah, it is a classic text, right? I actually say, in my opinion, this is one of the greatest books ever written. The Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu's masterpiece. We've been reading one verse. There's 81 verses in here, and we've been reading one verse each stream. So let's read one verse because that's what we've been doing. Okay, let's see. Got to find out where we're at. Okay, here we are. We're on verse 29. 29. So for the last 29 streams we've read from here. So there's a tremendous amount of wisdom in this text. It's over 2,000 years old, right? If something's going to last over 2,000 years, it probably has value in it. That's kind of the way I see it. Okay, verse 29. And then we'll discuss it a little bit. The reason why the river and the sea are able to be king of the 100 valleys is that they are good at humbling themselves before them. Hence, they are able to be king of the 100 valleys. Hence, the sage, in desiring to rule over people, of necessity, in his words, humbles himself before them. And in desiring to lead the people, of necessity in his person, follows behind them. Thus the sage takes his place in front of the people, yet they do not find him an obstruction. Takes his place over the people, yet they do not find him a burden. The whole empire supports him joyfully, without ever tiring of doing so. It is not because he is without contention that no one in the empire is in a position to contend with him. Wow. That's interesting. That's really interesting. I love this verse. I think this is one of the coolest verses in the Tao Te Ching. Let's go through this again. I'll read through it quicker. The reason why the river and sea are able to be king of the 100 valleys is that they are good at humbling themselves before them. Right? The river and the sea, they flow. They flow downstream, right? Into the valley, right? Into the valley. They just flow in there and humble themselves in the valley, right? Hence, they are able to be king of the 100 valleys. They fill the 100 valleys. Hence, the sage, in desiring to rule over the people, of necessity in his words, humbles himself before them. Right? Imagine that. If you want to lead over the people, you humble yourself and you serve others. Right? That's pretty amazing. Imagine if our politicians that we have nowadays actually, embraced that ideal. If they embraced that concept. If they said, you know what? In order for me to lead, I'm going to lower myself and humble myself, bow down before all the people in whatever country you live in, right? I'm going to bow down, bow down to all these people. And that's how I'll rule, right? Imagine if they do that. That would be such an inspiring gesture. And in desiring to lead the people, of necessity in his person, the sage follows behind them. So in order to lead, you don't stand out, out in front of everyone trying to make a big scene. You follow behind. What a cool concept. Thus, the sage takes his place in front of the people, yet they do not find him an obstruction. Takes his place over the people, yet they do not find him a burden. Right? Because he's a humble, kind dude, right? He's just, she's a humble, kind human being, right? She's just trying to help people. She's just, taking a more passive seat and not being up there saying, okay, everyone must do what I say, must follow my dictates. No, she's being a kind, humble human being. The whole empire supports him joyfully without ever tiring of doing so. Is it not because he is without contention that no one in the empire is in a position to contend with him? And that's beautiful. Lao Tzu just wraps it up so succinctly, so cleanly. I love it. I love that verse. Think about that. Imagine if our rulers, if our politicians humbled themselves before the people. If at the next political rally they bowed down and kissed the feet of the people that came to support them. How amazing would that be if our rulers did that? Now that's the kind of person who gets my vote. That's the kind of person who gets my vote. That is strength. To humble yourself, to bow down before the people, to serve the people. Remember, you may be ruling, but you're also serving. You're here for the people. You're not here to take bribes. You're not here for ego concerns. You're here to serve the people. At least that's the way it should be. And Lao Tzu has it spot on. In that way, you don't want to listen to your ego mind. You want to listen to the mind of the spirit within you, of that love. All right, Caudillo, you say, do you ever feel like you're less conscious of your spirit, like the world captures you? Absolutely, it happens to me all the time. It's not pleasant, right? I get caught up in ego dynamics, right? Something will happen in the external world, and I can't feel that perfect love and peace within me, right? And I'll get caught up, and maybe someone will say a passive aggressive comment, or someone will cut me off in traffic, and all of a sudden I'm in attack mode, and I want to get back at the person, or I want to I don't know, just or I'm upset about something, right? But then, using the technique of mindfulness, like doing breath work and meditation, what I do is I try to reestablish my connection with the spirit. I try to reestablish my connection with that peace and oneness. Now, is it easy? Absolutely not. It's one of the hardest things that we can do as human beings. To when someone does something to you, negatively, to try to respond lovingly and to try to regain composure. But you practice at it. You practice, and over time you get better at being able to do it. And then over time you get better at being able to do it quicker and quicker and quicker. And then eventually, hopefully the ideal is to get to a point where even if someone does verbally attack you, it doesn't even faze you. You just kind of look at them with compassion, and you ask them if they need help in some way. Because remember, at the end of the day, if someone is attacking, it's because they're unhappy. They don't feel good. Maybe they're sick. Maybe they're really sick. Think about it. When we feel sick, it's hard to be happy and positive. When we're in a lot of pain, it's hard to be happy and positive, right? So we got to show compassion. It's one of the hardest things in the world, though, to show compassion to someone who's being rude. But sometimes we have to. It's important. But that's a great question, Caudillo. Okay, we are going to now spread some love via the raid. Those of you who aren't streamers, you might not know this, but when you raid someone, it's a big deal. It's really a big deal. And I love raiding people because it's a tough job streaming. I mean, some people think it's easy, but it's not. It's actually a lot of work, And you have to do a lot of technical setup, right? You can't just like hop on stream. You have to like set up things. You got to set up your mic. You got to set up OBS Studios. You got to set up Streamlabs Chatbot. You got to adjust all these settings. There's all sorts of stuff you have to do. And then it's a lot of time, right? We could be using this time to do other things. I could be researching the stock market. I do options trading during the mornings, right? So there's plenty of stuff I could be doing, but I'm not going to feel good about myself if I am doing those things. I want to help people, right? And I stream when I'm inspired to do so. So yeah, copy and paste. If you're a subscriber, copy and paste this raid call. If not, no big deal. Just we're going to spread some love and light. Let's see. Kittens, you say, excellent verse from the Tao Te Ching, putting others before you and being part of the group instead of above or seen as a person of power, a true servant of the people. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's how politicians should be. That's what the most powerful person in the world is, the one that has all the power but never needs to use it, because they serve people. They are a true servant of the people, and people don't wanna. They love the person because of that, because they know that ruler has their best interests in mind. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, kittens. You are spot on with that, man. No fear, jealousy, or desire to contend to overtake them. Exactly. You don't rule by fear. You rule by love. You rule by compassion. You rule by humbling yourself before others. And it's a concept that is so foreign to Western politics that like most people can't even grasp that. But just imagine that if our presidents if our last 20 presidents would come out on stage in front of a big crowd and bow down and kiss the feet of the people who were sitting there supporting them. That's the person who gets my vote. That's the one who gets my vote. I think that would be the ultimate sign of someone of power. That's the ultimate sign of power. Okay, let's see who's out there, who we're going to raid. Let's see who is out in the Twitch world. We have some people. Interesting. So we have a couple people, some ASMR people. I think I just met this person today. Let me check out this person. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go with her. Her name is Brenda. Brenda's ASMR. Brenda's ASMR. We're gonna go with her, and she's a chilled ASMR person, and by the way, she's been streaming for 14 hours. How crazy is that? Kittens, imagine streaming 14 hours. I don't know what the longest you've ever streamed is. The longest I've ever streamed was like 5 or 6 hours. She's been streaming 14 hours straight. So we're going to give her a raid. This is a new person. I just met her today. She's a nice, kind ASMR person. So we're going to raid her. She's got 7 people in her channel right now. So this will be like a nice raid for her. Oh, actually, no, we're going to go with ASMR Anne Marie. I'm sorry. I almost raided the wrong person. I did not want to raid her. ASMR Anne Marie. There it is. Yeah, she's got 4 people in her chat, so this is going to be huge. We're bringing 13 viewers into a person who's got 4, so she's going to really appreciate it. I was checking out her streams earlier, and she's been streaming for 14 hours. So this is it's totally a long time. So thank you all again so much for being here. Noger, you say you streamed over 4 hours once. Your mind was very gone. Yeah, dude, it does. It takes its toll. Imagine streaming for 14 hours. Let's send some love her way. I don't know much about her. I just met her today, but she's really kind and nice, and she's doing ASMR, which is, it seems like it helps a lot of people. So so thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. I love you all unconditionally, and I hope you had a good time here tonight, spending time with me. And I'm here to serve you. Namaste.